Hi, I'm Frye the Predator. Welcome to my striking video. Today we're going to learn how to fight standing up, trying to protect yourself while you're trying to make an attack against the opponent. The first thing about your striking as well as your ground attack is all your power is in your hips. Your balance is in your hips, and this is where you want to maintain it. You can see with a great running back in the NFL, he can shift the balance in his body. He will begin down here in his hips. He'll come up. He'll shift the center of balance up to his shoulders, grab the ball, and then he'll shift the center of balance down to his hips to where he can make the cuts. And this is what you've got to do while you're fighting, both standing up and while you're on the ground. If you just throw an arm punch, you have no power. The same thing when you're on top of the man. You can't control the man just with your upper body. You have to control the man with your hips. All your strength is from your hips. When you're standing, what you want to do is present a small target. If you have a big target here, the man obviously has a lot more to attack you at. You present a small target, and it makes it harder for your opponent to attack you. It makes it easier for you to attack him. I'm more relaxed this way. I have a better range of mobility. I can sit here, I can step back. I protect myself. Always protect yourself. Protect your chin. This hand here comes here. This hand here comes here. Now when you raise your hands to protect your face, don't raise from the shoulders. All right? What you're going to do there is you're going to burn yourself out. The whole process of fighting is to maintain a good amount of energy for the stamina. Stamina is probably the best asset in a fight. If I come out here and I'm all stressed out and I crunch up here and I crunch up here and my arms are flexed, I'm trying to impress everybody with my muscles and showing how many veins I can pop out, it's not going to work. It's going to work against you. What you have to do is relax. You just raise at the elbows. You raise at the elbows and boom, you're protected. This hand comes here, this hand comes here. I have a small target. I am at a balance point with my feet. I'm not too wide. If I get too wide, I can't move. The guy can kick my foot out from underneath of me. And also I have no mobility. I have no power. Because when I go to throw my punch, I'll be leaning. You never want to lean. When you're punching, you have to imagine a window. You want to punch through the window, but you don't want to lean through the window. Quite a difference. Never lean through the window. You lean through the window, you're presenting the target. You're giving this man your face. You don't want to give him your face. You want to protect your face, but you don't want to lean back either. These old pictures like this, hey, this is the 1990s. There's a better way of fighting. This technology has helped us out tremendously. Probably about shoulder width, maybe just a touch more for my balance. I'm here. I come up, I protect this chin. I'm up here. Now you see my range of motion. I teeter from one foot to the other. My back is relaxed. You can see my back move. I'm not all flexed up and boom, boom, boom. I'm bouncing. Okay? What you want to do is you want to maintain a relaxed poise out there. Boom, boom, boom. Now when you go to punch, this shoulder protects his chin on the opposite side. This one's always here. This one comes out here. Boom. Now when you come back, it comes right back to where you began. Boom, boom. If you come back here, you drop it, it's no good. You're going to get hit. You'll see a lot of the fighters come out here, and they're fighting like this. All they're doing is protecting their nipples. I've never seen anybody get knocked out by a nipple punch. All right? I've seen a lot of people get knocked out by getting their chin punched. So don't walk out there, protect your nipples, and let the camera see how pretty you are. Because you won't be pretty for long. You got to protect that face. Wham! Wham, wham, wham. Step into that punch, my balance, I can step back. Step in, boom, 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 boom. I'm getting full extension. A lot of these guys, when they punch, boom, boom. They just, even when they're just warming up, they're going, huh, 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 huh. You look, if you're going to do the move, do it properly. Bam. You reach out there. Boom. If you're 6'4", and you fight somebody who's 6 foot tall, you've got 4-inch reach advantage on these guys. Use it. Boom. Use full extension. You lean into that punch a little bit. Boom. You punch it through the window. I'm coming to the window. I'm stopping. I'm not leaning through the window. You punch at the window, or your face stops at the window. When I punch, you punch through a person. Never punch to the person. You punch through. Same thing with this. Boom. You don't. When I'm shooting a person, shooting a double leg or single leg, I always shoot through the person. You always want to have your target a foot behind the guy, because say I come up and I stop at the guy, it's not as effective as if I go through the guy. Now, here's my jab. Boom, boom, boom. See how it always comes back? I'm looking down a rifle barrel. It's straight. Boom, boom. Comes right back, protecting. This hand is here to deflect punches if necessary. This hand's always here to protect this chin. Boom, boom. I'm stepping in. As I step in, I'm cocked down here. This is just a setup for the power punch. Now you see my power punch. I hit the jab. Now it comes back here to protect the chin here, and this part of the chin is protected over here by this power punch. Same thing here. I've got the chin protected here. Now it's here. Always protect that chin. Wham, bam. Wham, bam. Wham, bam. Wham, bam. Okay? Always protect your face. Now, what I'm doing here is my punch, my power punch, comes from the hips. You have a good, you feel a good punch, you'll feel it all the way down to your heel. When you hit that guy, boom, it's going to rock. It's going to affect every joint through the body. And you'll feel it down at your heel. You go, bam. That's a knockout punch. You just turn around and you walk away, because you know it's over. Boom, boom. See how my hips twist on this punch? Boom. I'm getting full effect. Boom, boom. I'm sitting down. Boom. Throw that jab, sit, bam. Jab, sit, bam. If you notice, when I fought Tank Abbott, Tank came out there, Tank sat down. Tank got the advantage on me. It was beautiful. Textbook punching on behalf of Tank. He walked out there, boom, bam, bam. You couldn't ask for anything better. This is what you want to do. Bam, bam. Fill the guy's face up with that jab. Bam, bam. Sit, bam. Deliver that power punch. Bam, bam. Bam. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. You don't see me leaning either. I'm not going through that window again. Again, I'm sitting down. I'm shifting my balance. Okay? Shifting position, my balance. From my shoulder, right here, it's boom. Flicking that jab. Now I shift it down. When I sit, I turn my toes. See my toes turn. To get a lot more power. It's just like a baseball player. You don't see a baseball player stand up there. Bam, home run. See that guy? He's all cocked up. Boom, he's hitting with his hips. Same thing here. You're hitting with the hips. Boom. Protect your face. Flick that jab. Boom. 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 Sit down on that punch. Now, one punch sets up another punch. This jab sets up this right, now comes back setting up this hook. Now, it's not only setting up with the hands, but the feet are setting up the punch also. You see my jab here? Now I'm twisting my feet as the power comes. Now I come back, shifting again for the hook. Bam, 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 bam. Now, this hook has just set up my uppercut. I come here, boom. When I punch from my uppercut does not come from the hip. None of my punches come from the hip. Once that's up, a jab, straight, hook, uppercut. Boom. Right here's your uppercut, people. Boom. You punch from the chin. You don't want to go, bam. That stuff does not work. It looks pretty in the movie because they want to choreograph the scene. They want you to see the whole motion. But it doesn't work in real life. You always protect it. As you see when I'm fighting here, I'm always protecting my chin. Bam, 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 bam. Also, my elbows are in tight. My elbows are in tight, protect my body. If my elbows are not in tight, the guy will unleash a punch or a kick into my ribs. What's going to happen? Naturally, your arms come down. Protect yourself. What happens when your arms come down? Your face is exposed. Boom, 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 boom. See how tight this is? This stays tight. This is how you want to fight. Jab, right, hook, uppercut. If you follow this, it's a lot better than walking out there. Damn, I'm tired. This, I can hit a bag. When I train, I hit a bag for an hour a day. And that's working all my combinations. And that's going hard. It's not just, we're going soft here so you can see the punch. When I hit the bag, I go hard. Boom, boom, boom. I go for sprints. We'll work an hour, say 15-second sprints. And then we'll advance on to 30-second sprints. Then we'll go back to 15-second sprints. Advance to 20-second sprints. Back to 15-second sprints. Advance up to 45-second sprints. Back to 15-second sprints. We do this because you cannot go out there and you cannot punch for a minute straight. Boom, 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 boom. Because try it. Go to the mirror, punch for a minute. Give yourself 60 seconds. You won't believe how long 60 seconds is when you're throwing punches the whole time. Again, present a small target for the man. All you have to do, you go to the mirror, take a step, turn your body, lift your hands. Now look, you're in position to fight this guy. I'm not coming out here, I'm not going, hey, tough guy, come hit me. Never expose your chin. These guys who are exposing their chin, that's like painting a bullseye on it. You want to tuck that chin. You want to tuck that chin, you want to look out the top of your eyes. You're here, you're relaxed, you come up, you drop your chin. Hands come up, chin goes down. Bam, bam, bam. It all works. If I was to walk up like this, you're just asking to be hit. Especially these guys come up, bump you in the chest like this. You'll never see that in the octagon. You always see a man who's prepared to fight. Man will come in here, bam, bam, bam. Don't protect your nipples, protect your chin. Also, you're here, bam, 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 bam. See how my hips are moving? Now I get that kick in there. That kick comes in, my hand comes down, but that's a momentary boom. Now I'm right back up. I kick, I come right back. When I kick, my whole body's turning, pivoting on this foot, just like a punch. When I punch, I pivot on that foot. When I kick, the foot pivots. Now I come back. Bam, bam. All right, we just went over the fundamentals of some of the strikes. This here is Andy Carter. He's one of my top sparring partners. I also have Rich Moreno here, who are nice enough to come over and help me out with this video. What we're going to do here with Andy is I'm going to show you a little bit of the applications of this. Not too much, because Andy's not real happy about it when I do. What we have to do is you have to figure out your distance from your opponent in order to have the most effective striking. If I'm too close, my punches aren't going to have the same effect because just like a bullwhip, you have a 6-foot bullwhip, but all the pain comes from that little inch right on the end. That's a whip. Bam, bam. And that's where your punches are. All that power is a snap right at the end. Wham, bam. If this guy steps into my punch, he shortens my punch. I'm still punching hard, still getting some effect, but what it's doing is it's shutting down the velocity of and the power of my punch. When I'm here, bam, I'm getting full effect of this thing. When he comes in, he shortens it. And what that does is also increases the risk of damage to me because just like if he steps back and you pop an elbow, you can pop an elbow real easy by losing your opponent. If you've ever hit a heavy bag and you get to working on the heavy bag and the heavy bag swings out the wrong time, boom, you'll know what I'm talking about. Right here, here's your opponent. You want to know, I see Andy, I figure, well, maybe I've got about an inch of reach advantage on Andy. Go ahead and line up. Pretty lucky, huh? Good guess. Now what I want to do is I want to be able to use this inch to my advantage. Bam. I want to keep Andy outside. You always step to the side where you're jabbing, your lead foot. Now, when you step, this one goes 6 inches, this one goes 6 inches. This one never goes 6 inches, and this one doesn't go a foot. You don't want to cross your feet. You cross your feet, the man's going to push you over. Now, I'm a victim. I work this. Bam, bam, bam. Again, I'm presenting a small target to this man. As I move, if I don't outmove this man, say I take a small step, this man takes a big step, now he has all of me. He has a big target. He also has the advantage because I'm punching over here and he's punching right here. I'm working this jab, set this man up. Bam, 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 bam. Hit him with that power punch. I turn my hips again. Bam, turn my power punch. Hips into it. You see how it connects? Now what happens is I come back, finish up with a hook. Boom. Now I can step in, short step. You don't notice, I don't take a big step. I'm not losing my balance. A short step, I can maintain this one back here, take a half, what's called a half a step, unclock that, boom. Eats that uppercut. Again, stay relaxed. Stay relaxed, always. If you don't stay relaxed, you're going to hurt yourself more than your opponent will. Theoretically. Boom, boom, boom. I'm whacking him. I'm hitting him with this jab. You notice my jab comes back. My jab's back here, up at my shoulder area, always, just to protect. Bam. You notice I don't go down here. I'm not protecting my hip. I'm not protecting my nipple. This hand does not drop as I throw the jab. A lot of people, they'll throw a jab and their hand will drop. And then they throw the right and this left hand comes back. Again, don't protect your nipples. Don't worry about your nipples. And they'll bruise up, but they're not going to fall off. Your chin will fall off. Bam, bam, bam. Bam, bam. Wham, bam. Wham, bam. Now I come in. I can step in if you need to. If you're off balance after that right, you can step in with that hook. But you see when I step in with that hook, how I'm protecting my chin again, just in case he decides to come up here. Bam, bam, bam. Because if I was to drop my right as I step in with the hook, not only am I going to catch his fist, I'm also adding to the power of his fist by stepping into it. It's like stepping into a door that's slinging shut. If I step in, he's punched at the same time, it's going to be pretty ugly. Now if I hit here, step in, covering up, he's going to catch my fist. He may break my hand, but it's a lot better than having him break my nose or knock out a couple of teeth. Bam. Now I clock in here. You see how my hips twist on that punch. My hips twist on every move. Boom, 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 boom. Do not just throw arm punches. Arm punches are not effective. What we'll do now is we're going to move into an elbow. The reason we're going to go into the elbow is because, again, it's a standing strike. But what you want to do, you can't throw an elbow from back here. The elbow's not good at jab range. I might be able to hit him with a jab, but this is very ineffective, obviously. Hey, Andy, I'm going to throw elbows. Okay. Looks pretty damn silly, don't it? Now, I get him in here tight. If I happen to have his lapel, boom. Now I can strike him with the elbows. The elbows, you can do several ways. You can come up and come down, hitting him in the jaw, chin. This is a very effective area to hit with the elbows. Right here. Right here, you have a triangle. You can hit him in the temple. If you go for the eye, like I said, you can cut that eye open. Generally, you cut the man's eye open with a punch, an elbow, a knee, what have you. This area of the body cuts very easily, and it bleeds a lot because you have a bunch of little capillaries up here. Now, if you're in a controlled environment fight, such as the UFC, if I open up a cut on him over the eye, they're going to stop the fight. So, whose advantage is it? If we're out in the street, and I do it to him in the street, nobody's going to stop the fight. This guy might stop the fight. This guy might see the blood. People panic when they see blood. The United States of America is a great country, but due to technology, we've all gotten real soft. And people just are not used to seeing their own blood. We're used to seeing a ton of blood in a Schwarzenegger or a Stallone movie, but when it comes to seeing your own blood, you prick yourself with a needle. A lot of people just don't like that. They will stop a fight. Now, if I have this man here, I'm not reaching out here at full length and grabbing this man. If I do, this man has an arm bar on me. What I'm doing here, I'm working in, boom, I get in this area. If we're in tight here, now I can grab hold of this man. Now I can attack him with elbows. I can come down on top of the elbow, or I can come straight into with an elbow. But you see the same thing with the elbow is as a punch. I'm just not throwing an elbow like this. I'm throwing it with my hips. Man, that's where all your power comes from, people, with your hips. Bam. You never see me standing here, I'm going to beat you up. Bam. This is a full body motion, every punch, every move. You come down, you come up. If you miss, you can come back. This one I'm not real crazy about. This is kind of, I hate to say last-ditch effort, desperation move, but this is a backup. This is always your C or D move. Say, if I miss the guy here, I want to come back. I want to retreat somehow. I want to come back. I want to get back the advantage to me now. Boom, boom, we work in tight. Bam. Also, there's an uppercut elbow. The uppercut elbow. As you see, my hips are moving. Again, guys, I'm just not going like this. Not only is there no power here, but I'm also gaining probably 2 to 3 inches of distance by closing up here. Maybe even 6 inches. Who knows? Boom. If I stand here, there's nothing. If I get here, I'm turning my hips. I'm getting more power. I'm closing the distance. Bam. You have one down here. You have a straight shot here. You have an uppercut here. This basically is a power punch, a hook, and an uppercut. A lot of times you'll see these pro boxers. If you watch real carefully, they'll throw a hook. If they miss the hook, and they follow up with an elbow. If you don't know what you're looking for, you're going to miss it. If you know what you're looking for, you can dissect these guys. Mike Tyson's fantastic at throwing elbows. Mike Tyson will get a guy up against the ropes, bam, beat him to death with his elbows. Elbows are second hardest bone in the body. And what you're doing here is you're protecting your hands. Your hands are brittle. I just broke my hand recently. It's real hard to break an elbow. So if you're in the range to where you can fight and use elbows, then I would say do it, because it's a lot more effective punch. It's a harder bone. It's a more powerful punch. It has a greater effect on the man. You're in here close. If you're in here close, all you're going to be able to do is throw hooks. Hooks are good for a certain amount of time. But boy, if you unleash that elbow, what you're doing is getting more momentum. You get more momentum, more velocity, more power, larger range of motion, and you're going to cut the guy, and you're going to have a better chance of knocking the guy out. Also, choose your target, all right? Listen, you don't want to go in, you don't see Schwarzkopf in Desert Storm just bombing every sandhill out there in the desert, okay? That's not here. We're not bombing every sandhill. We're going to go for this one, for this one, for this one here, for this one here, for this one here. We want some effective sights. If you hit an ineffective body, say him and I get in a fight, I'm just elbowing his shoulder. After about 10 minutes, it's going to have an effect. But during this time, he's probably going to clock me. He's going to go home, damn, my shoulders are sore. But beat the snot out of that guy, got his wallet, got his watch. Here, you've got to pick your target. Always pick a target. Always have a game plan when you're going into a fight. You don't want to go into a fight blindfolded. What happens is you end up fighting that guy's fight. And you don't want to do that. You want to fight your fight. You want to have your game plan. You have A, B, C, D. Whatever you have to have backups. Boom. Look how my feet are. I'm in a good shot here. I'm twisted. My whole body's into this punch. Now I can come back with a hook again. Now I can step out. If I step out, I don't want to step out like this. I want to step out like this. I can even jab my way out of this punch. A jab closes the distance. A jab creates distance. All right? That's the beautiful thing about a jab. I can keep this guy at bay with this jab as long as he's a stand-up fighter. If this guy's a wrestler, what I have to do now is I have to shift my balance. I have to protect my face. At the same time, I have to protect my legs. And I have to be able to jab this man moving backwards at the same time. Now, when I go to move backwards, again, I'm not moving backwards like this. Otherwise, this man's going to be on me like white on rice. What I do is move backwards here. I can move backwards here. I'm always in position when I'm taking a step. All this is boom, 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 boom. Jab on your way out. Create space with that jab. Bam, 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 bam. Same thing with a kickboxer. Kickboxer's more upright. So now I'm going to jab this guy. I have to look out for his feet at the same time. Generally, I'll block like that. Again. So you see, when I block, I'm not forgetting about my face. I'm not going like that. I'm not trying to block with my hands. You block the feet with your feet. Block his legs with your legs. Always protect your chin. Throw a kick. Boom. Again. 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 See how I'm doing? Now, if again I drop, boom. This guy, I'm giving him the fight, people. Don't give the man the fight. I've done that a couple of times and it's stupid. So I'm speaking from experience. This man's upright. Boom. I'm shifting my jab. I'm staying light on my feet. I stay light on his feet because he may kick. I want to be able to come up and protect the kick. So I'm light. I'm moving in, I'm moving out. Moving in, moving out. Moving in, moving out. When I move in, the odds are he's not going to kick at this point. The odds are he'll kick when I come back out. Now I want to be light. I want to be able to shift the weight on my feet. Here to here. Here to here. Here to here. Here to here. He may kick that way. And you just always got to be prepared for everything. Don't think that the guy you're fighting is untrained. Don't think that he's less trained than you. Don't think that he's equal to you. Always think that this man is a better fighter than you, is trained more than you. What you want to do is you want to have that in the back of your mind. That shouldn't be possessing your thought to where it psychs you out. You just want to be able to know, hey, I'm not going in there, I'm not fighting grandma. All right? I'm fighting a real fighter, and I got to be prepared for everything. If I go in there and think, hey, I can kick this guy's butt, give me what you got, baby. You're on the sideline. Like I said, make this, pretend this guy's the big guy out there. You want to do your best. Boom, 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 boom. Eat him feed jabs. Feed him jabs. Just feed him jabs. You feed this guy jabs, it's going to frustrate him. Eventually, he's going to make a mistake. He's going to open up for that big punch. If he's worried about the jab, I can kick. Open up a new game. He's worried about the jab. I shoot. New game. You expect the unexpected. Always feed him the unexpected. All right, we've covered the upper body aspect of this. What we're going to do now is move to the lower body aspect. What you'll see in the octagon is a lot of the fighters will come in and they'll throw a soft kick to set something up, or they'll come in and they'll deliver a real good hard kick. And what a good hard kick does is it messes up your whole world. When these guys kick, you're attacking with your shin bone. Your shin bone's a very hard bone. You can toughen up the shin bone by sitting there watching TV, taking a Coke bottle, rubbing a Coke bottle up and down your shin. What that's going to do is that's going to develop calluses on your legs. The callus on your skin will help when you kick. Boom. Because otherwise you can only kick for so long, and then you're going to say, hey, forget this stuff. That Predator guy, he's crazy. Who wants to do this stuff? I'm breaking a sweat here. I'm getting bruised up. I can't walk. Well, this is part of it, people. This is life. You know, life's tough. Fighting's tough. If this is what you want to do, be a little predator, well, this is how you got to do it, okay? Again, you're in a fighting position. You're up here. You're staying light on your feet, okay? Now what I'm doing is I'm shifting the balance, my center of balance again when I throw this. This hand will come down to wind this up as this foot comes over. Boom. I'm here. Boom. This hand here doesn't even really need to move. Boom. All right? This hand comes down as momentum, but just temporarily. When my foot comes back, the hand goes automatically back up. Here I am. Okay, this hand comes back, automatically protect. Boom. I'm back in position again. Boom. I'm back in position again. You're not kicking with your foot. Foot's like the hand. There's a bunch of brittle bones in there. What you want to do is you want to kick with the leg. Got a real hard shin bone. I connect with that shin bone, and it's going to rock his world. It's going to make him wake up. You hit him in the back of the thigh. You got several nerves back there, which is just going to want to make him pack his bags and go home. Boom. You see a great kicker like Marco Huas, who in UFC 7 defeated his opponent by kicking his legs out from underneath of him. Boom. That's very effective. It's very effective out on the street also, because what you're doing here, Andy, come up, because what you're doing here is you're shifting your jab. I have a jab here, but I have a longer jab with my leg. Look at the difference between my arm and my leg. Bam. If this guy has a knife or a pipe or something, boom. I want to kick his legs out from underneath of him. I can't come up here and jab because he might clock me with a pipe. Here, bam, bam. Make him think he might drop that pipe. If he's going, ooh, and it has a whole different effect on people. Like I said, we're using the shin bone, people. You want to go to the soft part of the thigh. In the rear here is the majority where the kicks land. Any part in here, even at the knee itself. If you want to be nasty, if this guy is threatening your life, then I would go for the joint. If you're in the UFC, people, UFC is great, but it's just a fight, okay? It's just a fight. We're not out there to cripple each other. We're not out there to say, hey, I'm king of the world. I'm the best fighter on the planet. I can cripple anybody. Hey, we're just there to win. Our life is not in jeopardy. It's just a victory. Now, if I'm out on the street, somebody has a knife, somebody's attacking an innocent person, a woman, child, what have you, well, that's a different situation. You might want to leave him something to remember. Let him limp around for the rest of his life. You can kick that leg out from underneath of him. Most of your attackers will be untrained, and they're going to present the whole target to you. When they present the whole target to you, what do you have here? You have the side of their knee. Your knee is designed to go forward and backwards. When we get into leg locks, I'll show you a great knee lock on the same principle. Your knee goes forward and backwards. Your knee does not go sideways. Now, if I'm kicking this man in that knee, which do you think is stronger? All of my power, my body, the velocity coming towards him, or his knee, which is generally stable right there, which is pinned between the ground and his body? I would bet on mine, okay? I would bet I could take his knee out, and I would bet that he's going to lay there in pain while I go call the cops, and then I call the cops, and then I get out of there. Because you don't want this guy suing you because you saved somebody's life. And that happens, folks. Boom. Or you can go down low. If you're a low kicker, you can kick down low, and you can take his ankles out from underneath of him. Boom. Same thing. Boom. All you're doing is shifting the attack from up here, from here to down here. The ankle's an easy bone to break. Boom. All you're doing is kicking low. When I kick low, I'm not staying here. Don't get here and don't fall down, because now you're the target. What you want to do, kick, boom, come back. Always come back, always protect yourself. Kick, boom, come back. If the guy's still standing, you might come for an inside kick now. I set, boom, I come back here. Now look where I'm at. Boom. Now I come to the inside of his knee. Inside of his knee is just as vulnerable as the outside of his knee. Like I said, knee goes this way. Knee does not go this way. I come in here. I can take his knee out just as quickly as I can here. Thing is, most people don't expect to be kicked on the inside of a knee. Most people, if you're fighting, say you're fighting a trained fighter, I kick, how are you going to block? You block, boom, kick at me. I block to the outside. Boom, again. I block to the outside. Again, boom. This is how you're trained. This is how you're trained to block a kick. Again, you're trained to block to the outside. Nobody ever thinks about going inside. Boom, boom. I kick out here. The guy blocks my kick out here. I come to the inside. Hey, people, expect the unexpected. Attack them with the unexpected. Like I said, nobody expects that. It's an easy target. You have nerves running in here, just like the same as on the outside. The knee will collapse just as quickly on the inside as the outside. Okay, now if you miss with a kick up here and you go low, just like on the outside, I go low to the ankle. What happens on the inside is if I don't get the kick, it doesn't affect him the same way. It's also a foot sweep. Boom, man goes down. Now, man goes down. Now you employ your grappling skills. If you don't have any grappling skills now, we cover the grappling skills more here on this Predator series. Okay? We have a tape dedicated to grappling. If you don't know it now, we're going to teach it to you. And you're going to know it then. This guy again. I foot sweep this guy. Boom. Now we attack this man from this. Now what we can do is we employ all of our stand-up striking skills on the ground. What we're doing here, I'm now using my hips again. You see how I use my hips? I'm not getting on top of the guy and says, okay, this guy's going to curl up and say uncle and say mama and cry. I'm not hitting him again just with the elbows. Bam. Get a wind up, people. Bam. Use it. Bam. Bam. Use everything that you've learned, okay, to save your life. Use everything you've learned to win. Again, if you're in the competition, people don't go out there to cripple anybody. That's stupid. You know, nobody's going to respect you for that. If you're out on the street, it's a different situation. Save your life, save your wife's life, your girlfriend's life, your kid's life, and then get out of there before they show up with their attorney. Now we're going to advance to one of the most lethal aspects here, and that's the knee. The knee is like the elbow, obviously, but obviously it's on the leg instead of the arm. What you have here is in Muay Thai kickers. Muay Thai kickers will control the person's neck, control his head, and you control the body. What I'm doing here is I'm protecting myself again with my elbows, just like here. You see how my elbows protect my body. Now what I'm doing is I'm grabbing his head, and I'm using his head as a steering wheel. I'm also using my elbows as a steering wheel. As you see, I'm just not grabbing hold of him and steering him here. I'm using everything. This is called leverage, and it's a beautiful thing, okay? Not talking down to you. I'm just telling you, this is probably one of your greatest assets in wrestling and boxing. Stand-up fighting, ground fighting is leverage. Leverage, positioning, conditioning, all these things come into play. If I think somebody once said, well, do you use your moves in a certain situation? Well, yeah, I use my moves every day I walk, okay? Definition of move to me is positioning and leverage and balance. And that's what I'm doing while I walk, is I'm using a move. I'm using a move to stand erect, okay? Some of us, this is like our first generation of being erect and being out of the trees. Okay, so we've got to concentrate on it more than others. What I have here, I've got this guy tight. I'm locking. You can either lock your hands, lace them like that, or you can go one over the other. I'm protecting my body with my elbows. I'm keeping him at a distance with my elbows while I'm protecting and controlling his head. Now, what I'm going to do is, rather than just hold him here and feed him knees, okay, I'm going to pull his head into the knee. At the same time, boom, boom, boom. Rather than just going boom, 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 or holding the knee like this and going boom, boom, boom. You don't ever do that. You don't ever see a fighter go, okay, hold my knee here and ram your face into it. Okay, I'm going to hold my fist here, ram your face into it. This is a meeting of the minds, people. This is like corporate takeover here. All right? And my corporation's beating his corporation. Okay? We're coming in and we're meeting in the middle. Bam. My knee comes up to meet his face. Now, when I do this, I'm going to go this foot here. What I'm doing is I'm not going boom and jumping up, boom, boom. It's a bounce. It's like bouncing a basketball. My foot is just going to bounce off of the ground. Now, this is it. Your foot's bouncing off the ground. Believe me, there's enough power in here to make this guy's world very different. Boom, 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 boom. I'm feeding his face into my knee. Again, the same thing with an elbow. I'm going to revert back to the elbows for a second. Forgive me because I didn't show you earlier. I'm controlling the man's head. You don't always have the luxury of having a guy's gi to grab it here, grab it back here. The guy may not even have a shirt on. May just be naked body, okay? Topless body, let's put it that way. Grab this guy's back of this guy's head. Boom. Boom. Here, you see how I feed it. Even when I'm just going real slow, you see how my hips are moving in this motion. Okay? I'm not going, okay, people, just concentrate on the elbow. I'm teaching you elbow, ignore everything else. It doesn't work. What I've got to do, you bought these tapes to learn certain moves. I can show you the basics, but I can also show you certain tricks. And that's why you bought these tapes. Everybody can learn the basics, but you want the tricks. And the trick is, get your whole body into this, people. Sometimes you can hold the hand open, and it'll be easier, it'll be faster. Sometimes if you have the hands closed, it'll be faster, more powerful. It just, what works for me won't necessarily work for Andy, won't necessarily work for Rich. But what works for him won't work for me, or we can both share the same technique. Okay, what you got to do is take the basics of each move and then add your little trick, your little style to this. And that's what a whole fundamental of fighting is adapting it to your body style, to your weight, to your balance. Here, boom. I control this man's head. I just make sure that it doesn't get away from my elbow. I'm feeding it. I'm picking my points. I want to hit his ear. I want to hit his eye. I want to hit his jaw. I can direct his head into any point where I want. Okay? Again, here, boom. You see, I'm also using, a little trick I'll tell you right now that I use is I always use the whole forearm. I'm just not using the hand. I'm not grabbing him by the head and going like this. I'm using the whole forearm here, folks. Okay? The whole body works together as one. Now this is my trick. My trick here is that his head is pressed against my forearm because I'm digging my elbow in. My elbow's coming underneath to control his body. My elbow's also controlling his body here as it controls his head. I'm here, bam. I'm here, bam. Okay? Again, on the knees. We want to stay light and fast on the knees. You have enough power in your thighs to where you don't have to stay heavy. You don't want cement feet. You have cement feet, you're going to get knocked on your rear end like Tank knocked me on my rear end in the Ultimate. That was a beautiful shot. Like I said, Tank walked in there, Tank sat down. I come fumbling around on my heels. Boom, he whacked me. I went sliding up against the octagon. I grabbed fence. I said, geez Louise, that guy can hit hard. Now, what you want to stay light. You can come in here also like this. if you're at a distance. Rather than if you don't have both hands, you have only one hand, bam. You can catch this guy however you want. You can come up, catch him here with both hands, okay? You feed him here, boom. I always like to grab both hands when I feed the knees. Like I said, I'm feeding the knees down to the knee. Feeding the head down to the knee, I'm sorry, boom. Other targets for the knees are the body, okay? The body's a great target because it's so big. On everybody, the body's a bigger target than the head. If you're in here tight, you can't get to the man's head because you've delivered a couple of headshots and now he's blocking. Let me turn this way. What you're going to do is you're going to come into a knee with a knee into the thigh. When I do this, I'm going to bring this back because I'm going to wind this up. This is just like a punch, people. If you're here, the punch is not as effective as if you come back here and you punch. Same thing with the knee. The knee is not as effective as if I just step back, take a quick step back, come down, boom. What I want to do is present an arc. The same thing as with the elbow. Bam. The knee. Bam. This thing's got so much power in it. It's so unbelievable. It's beautiful. Bam. You're feeding this man. Bam. Bam. Eventually this is going to take its toll. If the man gets tired of that and he starts tying you up more. Now, just like a rib shot with a punch, now you have the rib with a knee. Bam. What you can do to cheat is feel around. Grab that guy's floating rib, okay? Floating ribs are so easy to break. It's fun. And the thing is, they heal. And you don't cripple anybody with a broken floating rib. They heal 4 or 6 weeks. I don't know. Something like that. I flunked that section in my biology class. But look, bam. It's a fast target. It's right here. We're tied up. Where is that floating rib? Oh, it's right here. Now I know not to come up here because it's way up here. Now I know I want to come here. It's the softest rib. It's the fastest to break. What you can also do if this is a street fight. Again, if it's an octagon, don't try and kill a person. If it's a street fight, you can lacerate the liver with this kick. Once you break the rib will work its way into the liver. Boom. It's right there, folks. You're in a clinch. Boom. Look how quick that is. Boom. Boom. I'm turning my body. Or I'm just feeding it real fast. Bam, bam, bam. I'm controlling the man's head. Now also, if you're really going to get down and dirty, if you're out in the street, in the octagon, the UFC, we have groin cups. Groin cups don't always work, but they are a very effective piece of protection for us. When you're in here, if you're out on the street, people, especially women, boom, right there. This man's a prime target. This man's fully exposing himself. Again, if I'm here, it's going to be hard for you to kick me in the groin. If I'm here, I'm fully open to a groin shot. This man's got me here. If he have both my arms pinned down, I can still get him in the groin. Sorry about that. Works, don't it? I can get him in the groin with the knee. If we're back here, stop, bam, right there. People, the groin shots are just like the ears. It's real fun. And if you're a woman and you're trying to get away from an attacker, bam. Or if you're a smaller guy, you're being attacked by 1, 2, 3, 4 guys. Okay, groin shots are a real quick equalizer. Use it. I mean, there's outside the ring. There's no better weapon other than a foreign weapon. It's the great equalizer God's given us all. Alrighty? Okay, what I showed you now, I just showed you the hands, I showed you the elbows, I showed you the knees, I showed you the kick. Now all I'm going to do is show you the head. And the head's a very effective weapon. It's also a weapon that nobody ever expects, or least expects. Thing is, guys, is always protect your sparring partners, okay? I've been real lucky. I have 4 great sparring partners, and we protect each other like a family. You will never see me on top in the mount position throwing blows on top of my sparring partner. That stuff's stupid. If you ever walk into a dojo and you see somebody do that, grab your gear and walk out. Make sure your sparring partners are protected. Your sparring partners will protect you. All right? What you have here is the hardest part of the skull is this area right here. And that's the part of the skull that you use the headbutt on. You may see in movies where these guys are headbutting like this, but you don't headbutt with your nose, people, and you don't headbutt with your eyebrows, because what you're going to do is you're going to receive the damage. You grab the man's head, pull his head up. There he goes, a little bit of leverage also. Again, my hands go down against the man's body. Okay, I'm using my whole forearm for the leverage on this. I'm just not grabbing the guy's head and going like this. It doesn't work. Boom. You may have to bend the man's torso. A man may be so tight in the neck that his head doesn't move. His head only moves sideways. Okay, you may have to move the whole man's torso. Now you have an open area. Now you have your target. Your target is from here down to here. You have a nice big circle right through here, folks. Also, if you want, the same with the side. Right here is your target. I would never headbutt above this. I would never punch above this. Like I said, it's the hardest part of the skull. You're going to break your knuckles. Also, if you headbutt this, you're going to receive just as much damage as what you're inflicting on your opponent. Again, grab hold. Pull the man's head up. Let him see daylight. Now you come down. When I attack, like I said, I'm attacking with this section here, the hardest part of the head. Bam. Bam. Now I pick my target. Again, pick the nose, pick the eyebrows, pick the lips, pick the chin, whatever you want. On the side, pick the temple. Pick the jaw area, all right? Go down. What we will do when we're working out is we'll be up here, okay, punch, punch, headbutt, headbutt. This is it. This is it. This is hard as we go, people. I never go any harder than this. I don't want to hurt my opponent. My partner. I don't want to get hurt myself. If I hurt my partner, he gets mad at me, he packs up his bags, and he walks out, and I never see him again. Well, then, hey, what do I have left? I'm not going to be able to fight in the next fight because all I'm going to do is just turn on the light and start hitting the wall. I'm sure the heck not going to headbutt the wall. We're here. Headbutt, headbutt, punch, punch, headbutt, headbutt. That's it, folks. Don't go any harder than that with your partner. Your partner is your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad. Your partner is the most important person in your life when you're inside that dojo. At all costs, protect that partner. This here, this is not an effective way to do a headbutt. Grabbing the man's lapel and boom, going like this. One, you might get away with one. Okay? Then the guy's going to get smart and he's going to lower his head and you're going to receive the noggin. Okay? And you don't want to receive the noggin. It's not very pretty. Again, grab hold of it. Pinch him. If you have to squeeze that man's head, squeeze his head, jerk it up. Let him see daylight. Grab hair. Grab hair, let him see daylight. Grab hair, push the chin. Bam, deliver your punch. Do whatever you have to do. Ears. Ears are the neatest thing God has ever given anybody as far as it comes to a fight, okay? You can grab these ears and this man will do whatever you want. Even grandmas do that. Your grandma ever grab hold of you? And get over here right now. They are the neatest things when it comes to a fight. One of these, you grab hold of one, pop it off, take it home, you know? Boom, here's your ear, buddy. You grab hold of this ear, you lift it, bam. They're just a handle God has given us to use, okay? To our advantage, if we know that they're there. Okay, now we're going to take the strikes from the feet to the ground. Go ahead and lay flat, please. What we're going to do is move into the mount position. Mount positions when I'm straddling the opponent. I obviously have the advantage here. What we're going to do here is also, again, do not forget your hips. Okay, people? You can't get up here. Just because you're on top of this guy does not mean that an arm punch is now going to be effective. Arm punch is no more effective now than it is when we're standing up on our feet. Now what you have to do is you have to be more aware of your hips than ever before. Because what I have to do now is I have to maintain this position on top of this guy, maintain my position of, say, superiority, however you want to say it, but I have to maintain my balance to where when I go to throw a punch, when I'm winding up, or after I throw it, I'm not off balance and the guy can't scoot his hips out and be gone. What I have to do now is be more aware of my hips because not only am I holding this man down, but I'm also using my hips for the punch. An effective way is to get your heels hooked underneath the man's buttocks area, okay? Now what I have here is I'm maintaining this guy. I've got pressure on this guy's throat. Now, what you see here, why do I have pressure on this man's throat? Because again, I'm already wound up. This is just like a jab. Now I'm here, I'm wound up. I feel the power in my hips. I feel the position in my hips, my balance in my hips. I want to make sure I'm balanced so I'm not thrown off. I'm maintaining my balance. I've got this man, I got my body turned. Now I can come into the punch. Now you see, I'm here. Boom, I turn. Boom. Not only, again, this is what you can get away with up here in the mount position rather than on the feet is that you really don't have to protect your face as much now because the man may hit you, but it's not going to be a powerful hit because you've taken away his hips. And again, like I said, all your power is in your hips. Now I have this man's hips taken away. Now I have the power because I can turn, boom. I can come up, I can wind up here, pin this guy's face down, boom. Maintain here, boom, boom. Now you see how I turn my hips. I'm not protecting my face because it's not a great big danger to me. Like I said, I can, boom. Just like we're looking down the rifle barrel again, people. Just because you're on top of the man does not mean that you can start throwing these great roundhouse punches that you see on TV, like this. This is no more effective now than it was on the feet. You maintain control, boom. You want to deliver a straighter punch now because you have a more confined target. You have control of this guy. I'm in total control of this situation. Again, here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift my center of balance again back into my hips to maintain this down here so I can get closer and start delivering the elbow now. Boom. Now my hips are holding this man down even tighter than if I'm up here. Here I can get away with being a little bit light. But now I have to maintain, I have to control him even more with my hips because I'm coming down tight. Again, you'll see how I wind up my back. My back is wound up on this elbow. I'm just not coming up here and throwing an elbow like this. I'm winding up, bam, I'm coming down. Again, I'm picking my target. I'm picking the eyes. I'm picking the cheekbone now. Picking the temple of the ear. Bam. Picking the jaw. Boom. Now I have the ability to pick my target ever so much easier. But, people, don't forget your hips. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to do a real quick workout on the dummy. If you have access to a dummy like this is great because what this will do is it presents you a stand-up partner. Again, protect your sparring partner. My sparring partner's back here. He's holding up my dummy. What I want to do is make sure when I'm hitting my dummy. I don't want to slip and hit him. When I throw my kicks, I want to make sure I kick the dummy. I don't want to overextend and kick him. Guys, protect yourself, protect your partner. Your partner will protect yourself. But this is part of our conditioning routine also. When we're getting ready for the Ultimate or one of the regular UFCs, we always do a series of drills. This is one of our main drills. What we're going to do now is we're going to combine all the drills into a short sequence for you. We're going to go with regular punches, then we're going to work the elbows, and then we're going to work knees, and then we're going to work kicks. Generally, when I do these drills, we probably do them for 1 minute goes. We will do this for a minute, and then I'll run around for 2 minutes, and then I'll come back and say I hit straight punches for a minute. I did my run for 2 minutes. Now I'm coming back. Now I'm hitting elbows for a minute. Then I go out and I do my running. We do sprint jogs also. Now I come back. Now I'm hitting knees, okay, for a minute. Now I go off. I do my sprint jogs for 2 minutes. Now I come back. I hit my kicks for a minute. And then I go off and I do my sprint jogs. And then, well, maybe we incorporate sprawls. We incorporate quite a variety of stuff into our drills. Big key is conditioning. And but all the conditioning in the world won't do you any good if you don't protect your face and you get knocked out. What we're going to do, again, I'm protecting my face. I'm hitting my jab. You see, again, now I'm going to go to elbows. Secure that man's head. Twist my hips. Exhale. Exhale on the punches. Now I'm going to secure the man's head. I'm going to go to the knees. Maintain your breathing. You always want to exhale on your kick. Okay, now we're working on the ground. This is the only time that you work your strikes on the ground. You don't work a strike on the ground with your sparring partner. That's why they make dummies. If you don't have one, spend the money. Have your sensei spend the money. You got to make an investment to do this correctly, people. Again, what I'm doing, securing the man's hips with my hips, overpowering him, taking my power, my balance over his balance. I'm got control of his upper body with my elbow. My elbow will either go over his arm here, so I can deliver this forearm here. Boom. Now you see how I'm jacking myself up. I'm controlling him here. I'm pushing myself up. As I push myself up, I'm getting in position here. Boom, to come down. I'm just not coming here, falling like this. I'm coming here, just like a strike. You see how my body is now coiled for this. I'm using his face. I'm pushing off his face. What this does is this distracts him. I put my hand in his face. He doesn't know what's going on. He's thinking, geez, get my hand out. So, bam. Now I get my hand out of his face, and I give him a little treat. Boom. Boom. This guy grabs both my hands. So now I have to reposition myself again. Position myself lower. Now I go for a headbutt. Again, use the top of your head. Boom. 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 Eventually, he's going to let go of a hand so he can get by. Try and push your face away. I'm here. If he has me tied up tight, now his ribs are exposed. Boom. 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 You can use, if your hand misses, you can use an elbow. Bam. Eventually, this hand's going to come down. Now his face is open again. Or, if you jack up high, come up underneath of his arms. Again, use straight punches. Don't be coming here going like this. This stuff does no good. Bam, be precise. Don't waste any energy, folks. Hope you've enjoyed the striking aspect of the Predator training series. Good luck in your training. Stay loose. Use your hips. Use your shoulders. Know your balance point. Be able to shift your balance point. Work hard. Protect yourself. Protect your sparring partners, guys. That way you'll be the champion of whatever you do. Thank you and good luck.